What's going on, beautiful people? Thank you for tuning in and watching and listening to my rants and my bullshit abstractions, because they're all abstractions, although some are based on experience, but when they come in the form of words, anytime we speak things, they're abstract. But they can help us have a better experience in life, and that's hopefully what you can get out of it. So I appreciate your appreciation of my abstractions, and which is bullshit. Abstractions is bullshit, always will be bullshit. So, we're gonna talk about a concept in law of attraction. They tell you when you try to visualize yourself as the version you wanna be, that you are everything you want to be, right? So you're already there. They always tell you when you visualize it as if you're already there. And, you know, like an example with Conor McGregor, who uses this visualization, positive affirmations. He says, I had the belt on me since I started training when I was on welfare, right? And so they always tell you, you are everything you want to be. So I'm going to go ahead and explain my limited understanding of the concept using the idea of the multiverse. So there is this theory out there, the multiverse theory, that there are an infinite number of universes all around us at all times. So in one universe, Saeed, this thing called Saeed, is speaking to the camera exactly the same way I'm speaking now. In another version, he's speaking but with different words and different content and different ideas. There is a version of Saeed that has blonde hair and looks like a Super Saiyan, and there is a bald version of Saeed. There is literally an infinite number of possibilities of this Saeed thing. In the same way, there is an infinite number of possibilities of this person watching, so whatever your name happens to be. And so there are an infinite number of possibilities of the way God, the way the Force can experience itself through. It goes on for infinity. It's a really, really brilliant simulation, brilliant computer simulation program. Absolutely. How do you fucking program something that goes on for infinity and has an infinite possibilities? Really, really smart shit. So, and you are the thing that programmed this. You're just having a subjective experience of yourself. So, when you visualize, let's talk about it right now. Let's say you're someone right now, got like surrounded by beer cans all over the place, right? And you got a big giant gut hanging over, and you just finished your 4th Big Mac, and you just chugged down like 3 Pepsi cans, right? And you're about to indulge yourself in some apple pie. And you have no prospects, you have no lovers, no friends, just no prospects. You work an IT job, right? You go on and you just clock in, you do your thing, you're sitting behind the desk, and that's it. Okay, and clearly, probably, more than likely, you are not happy with that part of the multiverse that you're currently experiencing yourself, because you are the programmer through. And now, you've heard about this thing. Oh man, there is this thing, you can apparently use your thoughts to change your reality and visualize yourself, and magic happens. And you're like, okay, well, I mean, you're already like got hanging, and you indulge yourself in a unhealthy way, so you're probably lazy, right? So you're like, okay, I'm just gonna, like, after finishing my 4th Big Mac today, after eating like 3 slices of apple pie, I'm gonna sit down and visualize myself with 6-pack, and visualize myself, you know, with like the hottest chicks, and making money doing, I don't know, whatever you want to do, cooking or something. Then you think, okay, well, magic's gonna happen now. Of course, that is absurd, okay? Then you need to ground yourself in this thing. However, when they tell you, feel as if you're already there. So even when you visualize and you make the choice, you want to change your life, and you want to start with your mind, and then your actions follow, right? When you sit down there, even though it's absurd, right? And like your current reality has nothing to do with it. But when you're seeing yourself with a 6-pack on a beach, right? With 2 beautiful ladies, and you're doing whatever you love. Let's say you love surfing, Decide you love surfing. Okay, so let's say that's the picture in your head. Guess what? That exists. That is there. That is there. Because you've visualized it, you've seen it here. That version of you is there. So when they tell you you are everything you want to be, you are everything you want to be. The very fact that you can see it in your head, the very fact that you can feel it, the very fact that you can just sit there and feel it, and it brings you joy, the feelings you get from it. That means it exists. That means it's there. That's the multiverse. You're accessing, using your imaginations, you're accessing a different part of the multiverse, a different node of the multiverse, right? Think of each reality as it's just stacked up on each other. It's all parallel realities. And the way you make your way through it is through your actions and through your free will. So you see yourself as that. You're already that. You feel it. And the very fact that you feel it here in the moment where your reality says otherwise means I can make it happen in this current whatever thing I'm experiencing. So then, two things are required from you. Number one, discipline. You say, I really like that part of the multiverse that I'm in. And every time I visualize it, man, I feel so good and I get so motivated to do shit. Because that's the whole point of visualization. The whole point of visualization is to get you to get motivated and get the feeling, the emotion, right? Once you feel the emotion of having a six-pack and surfing on a beach, right? Then, that's really what you want to do, that's your desire, then it's like, whoa, what can I do? You get excited, you get motivated, you're like, okay, all right. Instead of having 3 Big Macs, I'm going to have 1. Instead of having 3 apple pies, I'm going to have 1, right? And then you sort of start to down-regulate your consumption. And then 3 weeks down the road, you say, you know what, fuck Big Macs. I've been doing some research. You know, it's not good for you. Fuck Big Macs, you know, and apple pie just once a week instead of every day. And then every time you visualize, every day you spend some time visualizing and you get the emotions, and the emotions fire you up and you're like, man, I can be that. If I'm feeling it right now, I can be that. What do I need to do in this moment? In this moment, I need to stop eating Big Macs tomorrow. Maybe I just finished the 4th Big Mac, but tomorrow, maybe I'll eat 2 instead of 3 or 4. What do I need to do now? Now, I need to make the decision. Now, what can I do now? Look at your fridge and say, okay, I'm going to give away this food. Because if it stays in my fridge, I'm going to eat it. Probably have some really bad food, give it to your other fat friend, and send them on their own journey. But you say, what do I do now? And then that's it, you stay in the now. What am I doing now? That's the whole point. People, me included, get stuck in the visualization phase and get too caught up on the visualization phase, right? The visualization phase is just to get you to feel a certain emotion so you can get up in the moment, in the now, in this experience with your 5 physical senses and take decisive, disciplined action in the pursuit of your desire. Now, your desire can come from, I don't give a fuck where it comes from. It can come from like a pure egotistical place. It can come from a higher self place. I don't care. As long as the desire is strong enough, it'll get you to do something, change something about your life. Go for it. If the desire is coming from a higher place where I want something for the greater good of something greater than me, the desire will be stronger, the emotions will be stronger. If it comes from an ego place, they can still be very fucking strong. And you can use them until eventually, if you get on this path, you'll sort of get in touch with something higher. You know, the ego is something for us to use. Without the ego, we would not be able to have this experience of life. So even if your desire is purely egotistical, purely for myself, for my just self-indulgence, go for it. Go for it. There's no right or wrong. Go for it. Why not? You're here to play. Why not? Right? Why not? The emotion and the feeling and the motivation might not be as strong as if it was for something greater than you, but they can still be strong enough to make you make a change right now. And that's what's most important, to make a change right now. In this moment, using my senses, my 5 senses. And the first sense is taste. I'm addicted to this thing. Stop. The second thing is the cravings. Oh, fuck. I'm going to have to go through a week or 2 of hell just trying to balance out my hormones again. You do it, but you're here right now experiencing. There's pain and suffering when you withdraw your body from all the sugar you've been consuming. There's pain and suffering there. you're gonna have to go through it, right? If it's worth for you enough to move to the part of the multiverse that you want to be in. So yes, you are everything that you want to be, because everything exists simultaneously. Everything is all happening at the same time. And it's our mind followed by our actions, our physical actions, our free will, our choices that navigate us from one part of the multiverse to the other part of the multiverse. So think of the multiverse as it's a mind thing, it's a mental thing, right? And just by changing your perception, you sort of enter a new multiverse, a new dimension. It's really fucking weird. You can enter the dimension of synchronicities. You say, from now on, I'm gonna have so many synchronicities happen to me. Now you're walking in the street, and guess what? You have so many fucking synchronicities happen to you. How? You just tuned into the part of the multiverse where your current character, your current consciousness, your soul is experiencing synchronicities. You tuned into it. So therefore now you are experiencing synchronicities. You tuned into the multiverse by changing what's going on here. So you change what's going on here. Visualization is good. Keep doing it. Okay? Get the emotional feeling. But what is even more important, or just as important, not more important. It's all the same, right? So they both have equal importance. What is just as important for you to do is, after you've done your visualization of who you are already as there, okay, as that finished product, as that finished part of the multiverse they want to be in, I need to be taking disciplined action to get myself there, okay? So yeah, that's about it, guys. God bless you all. You are everything you want to be. This is a beautiful place that we live in. It's magical, it's majestical, it's mysterious, and I don't know how we fucking sucked the mystery and the wonder and the awe and the magic out of the children, because we're all children. We managed as a society, as a fucking sick pathological society, to suck all the fun and the play and the magic and the awe and the wonder and the beauty out of life. But here we try to bring it back, and using this law of attraction stuff is a lot of fun to experiment with this game, okay? Using your mind and your actions is really powerful shit. God bless you all. Wish you the best of luck in your life, wherever you happen to be, wherever you are experiencing, in whichever part of the multiverse. We are all one consciousness experiencing itself subjectively. I love every single one of you guys, but don't forget to subscribe, or you're gonna be in the part of the multiverse where you're sleeping with the fishes. So subscribe.